Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I can earn that solo!
You see if I did it?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with you?
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships. To reach higher. To find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, good evening and welcome to Heritage Christian School on the far northeast side of Indianapolis. I'm Keith Myers along with Jerry Baker, and you don't see anything, but we do because our cameras don't see anything, but we're live. So we're doing a radio broadcast for you for the first time ever. A TV broadcast has turned into a radio broadcast, but Bake says he's done this before. So, welcome, Bake.
I thought for a while it was personal. This is my first time working with you this year, and
yes.
I thought, well, okay, you're going to make it rough on me. Listen, I have done about everything there is to do in this business as far as mechanical and problems that develop at every stage are concerned. To show you what level this goes at, I was at Madison Square Garden doing a Pacer game against the New York Knicks. All right, I'm sitting right in the middle, right at the timeline, and all of a sudden I feel this heat, and I'm thinking, what is that? And I looked down, and they had put some bunting around the bottom of the table.
Yes.
And they put a heater down there because it was chilly. We were on ice.
Yes.
It was on fire. So I'm sitting there fighting with fire, trying to do the broadcast, and trying to be as cool as I can. There's nothing you can do, Keith, that's going to faze me tonight. I guarantee you.
This should be a great game.
Yes.
And I hope that you sit back and that we can draw great pictures because, 5 years ago, Jerry, there was no such thing as webcast, and, it's detecting that thing, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, folks, we're just going to draw good pictures for you. This should be a good game. Guerin Catholic, Heritage Christian. Guerin Catholic, a 3A school. Heritage Christian, a 2A school. But, man, you look on paper, they're pretty equal.
I was just thinking about that today, as a matter of fact, Keith. Heritage Christian comes in at 2-0. Guerin Catholic at 1-1. Now, we're in the third game of the year. Both the coaching staffs are still trying to figure out what they have
right.
personnel-wise.
Exactly.
But I think when we look at it on paper, it's really irrelevant tonight because these two ball clubs match up, and I was really surprised at how big Guerin Catholic is. This is a good-sized ball club.
Yeah, and you look at Heritage Christian as well. Their front line is pretty big, but I tell you what, their speed might be the killer for Guerin Catholic. Can they outrun the Heritage Christian Eagles?
It's interesting also what happened last week. Guerin Catholic had Lafayette Central Catholic down 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. They were up 28-13 at halftime. They were still leading at the end of three quarters and got outscored 21-0 in the fourth quarter and lost to Lafayette Central Catholic 48-42. I'll be interested to see how they bounce back from that.
And you know how important that game is because that is a rival game. That's a diocese game, and that's a bragging right
Absolutely.
for the north side of Indianapolis, since Lafayette Central Catholic and Guerin is in the same district. So that's a bragging thing, and it could be very interesting. But Tom Dilley, the old veteran, he probably went and he goes, okay, boys, let's just run a couple of wind sprints, and now let's work on this week.
I've got to say, I would imagine Monday was not a real good practice day for them. And on the other side of the coin, Heritage Christian last week played Shenandoah. In fact, you and I chatted during the week. I wasn't sure Shenandoah was going to even be able to play that game. Right. They had discontinued some of their events because of the COVID situation like that. They rolled over Shenandoah in the first quarter 20-6, outscored them 16-0 in the second. Second half was kind of equal because you figure they were playing some second and third string guys at the time. But nonetheless, Heritage Christian comes away with a 49-14 win. And in comparison to the Guerin Catholic situation, Keith, you really don't know what Heritage Christian gained from that kind of a ball game. A game that took 4 hours and 26 minutes to play as well because they had rain delay, lightning delay, and we carried that game on web TV. And you mean when they had pictures?
Yeah, we had pictures last week. Yeah. Okay, that's 1 for Jerry, 0 for Keith. But you look at that, and what do you gain from that other than you get a win? And you're 2-0. You helped yourself in the ranking because if you look at the IndianaSRN poll in 2A, Heritage Christian jumped from 5 to 3 last week, so that impressed the guys at IndianaSRN. We'll see. But you look at this: receiving yards 220 yards for Guerin Catholic, rushing yards 208 yards, total touchdowns 10, tackles in the game 61 tackles game wise, 5 sacks and 5 TD passes by Guerin Catholic. For Heritage Christian, 220 yards in receiving, 202 yards in rushing, 11 touchdowns, And the crazy thing is they've had 7 sacks, so they have done a nice job defensively getting after the quarterback.
And that's all well and good, Keith. We all live by numbers. I'm a big baseball fan, and there's no sport in the world that goes by numbers more than baseball. But that's almost irrelevant tonight.
Yes.
But with these two teams going after each other, because this is such a good rivalry, that the numbers, they could be 0-2, and you'd still say this is going to be a great football game tonight.
Right, and the atmosphere. I mean, last week we had rain. 2 weeks ago it was 94 degrees, and it is, I think it was like 75 degrees when I walked outside, and Debbie says, "Are you going to wear a jacket?" I was like, I'm a man. I wish I wore my jacket tonight.
Well, I left mine in the car. That's how dumb I am. I brought it and left it in the car tonight, so.
Other games that's going on in the Circle City schedule, Babuff is at Ritter, Covenant Christian is at Addicts, Roncalli Chittard, that should be a good game.
Yes,
We'll also have some updates on this one, and of course this one. Other games are on IndianaSRN, West Vigo is at Greencastle, South Newton is at Traders Point, and tomorrow we have a doubleheader soccer game for you. Chittard, Guerin Catholic at 12 and 2, and in football again tomorrow night, Mount Vernon, Greenfield Central. How about this? They have rescheduled that game 2 different days. It was going to be Friday at 7:30, then it was going to be Saturday afternoon, and now it's Saturday night at 7:30. A lot of things going on, changing, and that's going to be happening because, folks, I tell you, we haven't gone through it all yet, and so you got to bear with us, and maybe this is one of the things that we have to bear with, but we're glad that you're with us. We're going to take a break. When we come back, much more for you on the pregame show. Pregame show brought to you by IUPUI Sports Management.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at Heritage Christian High School as we're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. Jerry Baker, Keith Myers, thank you very much for joining us. Overcast night, beautiful night for football.
I got a couple of sprinkles on my car window a while ago, so let's just hope that's just passing clouds out there. Keith, let's take a look at the starting quarterbacks for these 2 ball clubs. Guerin Catholic has Sam Miller at the starting quarterback position. On the season, he is 29 of 41 for 393 yards. He has a completion percentage of 71%, averaging 13.6 yards per reception and 196.5 yards per game. He has 4 touchdowns, and his longest touchdown completion, or longest completion, I should say, 67 yards. Sam is a 6 foot, 175-pound senior, and he is a good one, and they will rely on him tonight. Heritage Christian has Kyle Antoine as their quarterback. He's 31 of 49 on the year, 467 yards. Completion percentage, 63%. Averaging about 15 yards per pass completion. Yards per game, really strong, 233.5 yards per game. He has 8 touchdowns. He's averaging about 4 touchdowns per game, obviously. Only 1 interception and a long pass completion of 78 yards. This would tell me, Keith, that both these ball clubs have quarterbacks that can throw the football.
They can throw the football, and I think Heritage Christian quarterback has one thing, too. He's got legs. He'll tuck and run, and when he does that, he can scamper. He scampered for 78 yards on a carry last week.
As a matter of fact, he has 17 carries for 142 yards. He is the leading rusher on this ball club.
It isn't amazing because you look at the Colton Brown, who is the all-everything, has been out a couple with some injuries, going to play maybe half, maybe 3/4 tonight. Once he gets ready to play, there's Heritage Ball Club can go 1, 2, 3.
He has only 15 carries for 81 yards so far this year.
Though.
Yeah.
for a bum leg, that's not bad. I think I could run. Well, I couldn't run 81 yards. I can run the 7 flights up the stairs here, though.
Yeah. You forgot to tell me. I forgot where the press box was here at Heritage Christian, and I'm walking around. I'm going, oh, now I remember.
Well, you didn't tell Kyle, the new AD, the assistant AD. He forgot to install the elevator.
The elevator, yeah. I looked for it, and it was nowhere to be found. So 4 flights up we go. But I need that cardio work anyway.
There you go. Hey, real quick on the SRN 3A poll, West Lafayette is 1, Buff is 2, Gibson Southern 3, Danville 4, Guerin Catholic is 5. In 2A, Fort Wayne Lords is 1, Eastbrook is 2, Heritage is 3, Triton Central is 4, and Evansville Mater Dei 5. You can cross 2 of those teams, and that's really powerful football.
We're getting ready for the national anthem here at Heritage Christian High.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc. within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is, and that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Just about time for the opening kickoff. The team captain's heading out to the center of the field. We'll pick up the coin toss in a couple of moments. These two clubs, by the way, did not meet last year. Guerin Catholic had won the previous 4 games, and they allowed only 12 points in those 4 games. They averaged, Guerin leads the series 6 wins to 2. We're watching out on the field now for the coin toss.
Jerry, I got a position that Guerin Catholic has won the toss and will defer.
Okay, you think that's the way it's going to be?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, there's the. They've already had the toss. This is
a mock toss.
The mock toss for the fans, and the official tossed it up. And I think he dropped it. No, he got it back.
Yeah, he picked it. It bounced off the floor. Oh, Heritage Christian won the toss.
You misled me again.
They're going to receive.
Heritage Christian wins the toss.
Well,
Heritage Christian wants the football to begin the football game.
I'm 0 for 3 this year already.
It's a little unusual. Generally, you want to get the ball to start the second half, but nonetheless, they will get it. And here's the way they will line up. They've got a good-sized offensive line. Their left tackle, Colin Thompson, 5'10", 195, and a junior. The other right tackle is Ethan Orsted, 6'3", 200, a senior. The guards are Nick Stewart, 6'3", 210, and a senior, and Tim Jackson, 5'10", 225, and a junior. And at center will be A.J. Bradford, 5'11", 230-pound sophomore. Kyle Antoine will be the quarterback. The running backs will be Colton Brown and Isaac Jones, and they'll have 3 wide receivers that will use throughout the game. Isaac Jones at one of the wide receiving spots, Christian Dora and Zach Schlemer. That offensive line averages 212 pounds per man from tackle to tackle. Guerin will go with a 3-down lineman defense with Aiden Cannon at one defensive tackle, 6'6", 218 and a senior. Robert Sapienza, 5'10", 240 and a senior at the nose guard. And the other defensive tackle is Alex Sims, 6-footer, a 200-pounder. He's a junior. They average 219.3. So if you put those 3 guys up against the 5 starting offensive unit for Heritage Christian, they're almost identical. Secondary for Guerin Christie, Joe Youngman, Adam Novelin, Max Nickel, Luke Moody. They'll be in the deep secondary, and the linebackers, they'll use 4 of them: Tanner Finley, Anthony Ferrucci, Jonathan Gonzalez, and Dylan Bolster, and I believe we've got them all set.
You got them all set, and I tell you what, Guerin Catholic is wearing their white with their purple helmets, white slacks. Guerin Catholic, Heritage Christian, in their black home uniforms with their blue helmets with an H on each side and black slacks. The official crew is ready. It is now game time, Jerry.
Couple of deep men for Heritage Christian standing inside their own 5-yard line. Getting set to kick off now for Heritage Christian. For Guerin Catholic. And the kick will sail down inside the 5, taken at about the 2-yard line, and returned up the near sideline across the 15 and the 20. And the fiddly marker comes down immediately. The return that time by number 13, Christian Dora.
And I think we have our first block in the back tonight, I do believe, Jerry.
Well, if so, that'll set them back. They got the line of scrimmage marked at about the 20-yard line, 21 or 22-yard line of the officials now. We're going to make the call. And it's going to be against Heritage Christian. You're right, I think, Keith, they're going to move them back inside the 10-yard line. So the first play and the first penalty of the ball game.
You know, that's what hurts you. You know, you get a nice little return, and then someone hits somebody in the back.
Third game of the season, and that should not be an issue right now. But it inevitably is. It'll be the same issue the 9th game of the season or into the playoffs this year. So they will mark the ball down right about the 10-yard line, and that's where Heritage Christian will begin the first drive of the ball game. They'll hand it off in the backfield over the right tackle, and maybe a loss of a yard on it. Play good defensive pursuit that time with the front threesome of Guerin Catholic.
Yeah, you know, Eli Hall on the tackle on number 28 for Guerin Catholic, and Colton Brown gets nothing.
Well, you pointed out they like to run the football. They like to throw the football, so they're going to mix it up. If you take a look at the games this year, in the first game, Heritage Christian passed for 216 yards, ran for 220, so they can do both with equal success. This time they'll swing on the left side and get the runner across the 15 to the 20, across the 25, and close to first down territory, knocked down about the 27 or 28-yard line.
And there's still a penalty flag on the play.
So we'll hang on for a second.
Looks like we got a hold on Heritage Christian. So right there you have shot yourself in the foot twice, and now you're going to be third down, and it's going to be almost at the, 6-yard, 4-yard? Well, he's going to go to the 4-yard line, Jerry.
Yeah, they put the flag down at about the 6. They're going to mark it down at the 4. So it'll be a second down and about 15 or 16 to go for the first down. So the running back standing in their own end zone right now. It'll be a second down and roughly 16 to go for the first down. On the ground again, up the middle. A quarterback, Kyle Antoine, on the keeper that time. Gets a few yards back, but still, well, he's picked up about 7 or 8 yards. So they are third down and roughly 8 yards to go for the first down.
That's great eyes for you. I got to get my specs on. Again, he put his head down and gained great yardage there.
So a big third down early on in this contest for Heritage Christian. Eagles come up to the line of scrimmage, coached by Kyle Ray, 37-19, his 6th year in charge of this program. Back to throw is Antoine. He's got pressure. Breaks one tackle, breaks two, and then a host of about 4 white shirts get him with a gain of a couple of yards, and it'll be a 4th down.
Tackle made by number 39, Dylan Balser.
Balser on the tackle, and they just closed the door on him. So it's 4th down and 2 here, punt formation, and Guerin Catholic, Heritage Christian took the ball, probably wanted to get some things going, and now going to have to punt the ball away.
Well, they're not showing anything on 4th down. They're not in a punt formation yet.
No, he's going to boot the ball.
They're going to just
blocked.
It is blocked, and it's going to be, no matter who recovers it, it's going to be Guerin Catholic's ball at about the 22-yard line.
Jerry, he just hung on to that football a little bit too much, and just couldn't get off of it. Nice job.
First down, Guerin at the 16-yard line.
And I do believe it was recovered by Finley. So Finley recovers the block punt, and now Guerin Catholic, 1st down and on the ball on the 17-yard line.
Yep, 17-yard line. So terrific field position to begin this football game for Guerin Catholic. Golden Eagles, coached by Tom Dilly. We talked about him earlier. 8th year at the school, record of 47-30. And they'll go up the middle on the ground game. They're going to use that ground as much as they can. Coach Dilly in his 22nd year overall, 127 and 107. And
gain of 6 on the play.
A gain of about a half a dozen yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and about 4 yards to go for the 1st down.
Luke Moody on the carry, Jerry.
So Guerin Catholic with the football. Sam Miller at quarterback. Miller passed for 393 yards on the year. Here's the handoff to the end, sweeping the left side, and is knocked down right about the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play that time.
A.J. Neal on the tackle, and we got a late flag, Jerry. And it looks like we're going to have a holding. So both teams hurting themselves penalty-wise.
A.J. Neal, the second leading receiver on this ball club, and one of the top tacklers with a total of 7 tackles through a couple of games so far this year. It's going to be against Guerin Catholic, and they're going to march them back across the 25 or right at the 25-yard line.
Look at this, Jerry. It is 2nd down and 20.
So mistakes on both teams early on in this contest with penalties. Couple of quick ones on Heritage Christian, and now one against Guerin Catholic after they had the ball moving. He'll set up the I formation and reset the running back, Justin Zobalak, over to the right side. They're going to throw to the left side. The pass is called over here by Ryan Glenn, and Glenn brought down right about the 20. So a gain of about 5 yards on that play.
So both teams playing, really running the ball a little bit. We haven't seen Guerin throw the ball yet. It's in 3rd down. And this is a 4-down territory, I do believe, Jerry, don't
absolutely.
you think?
Oh, yeah, no question about it. 3rd down and about 7 yards to go for the 1st down. And again, the mistake was made by Heritage Christian early on. They went into what was really a short punt position. The punter was only a couple of yards behind the running backs and couldn't get it away, got it blocked. Here's Miller going to throw, fires into one of the middle receivers who gets it inside the 15. Now another penalty marker comes down. So we've got a flag fest going on here so far tonight, Keith.
We sure do. That was a very quick flag. Got a personal foul, targeting.
Oh, my. And that's against Heritage Christian.
So that's going to be a 1st down. Illegal contact to the helmet is what the IHSAA calls it. They don't call it targeting because we don't review plays like that. But it's a 15 yards penalty, so it's going to be 1st down and goal.
It's going to be at about the 5 or 6 yard line, Keith, the time they finally do mark it down.
How about the 4, Jerry? Holy smokes.
Well, where did they? Yeah, they finally did mark it down, Keith, right at the 4 yard line. 8:21 to go in the 1st quarter of this game. It'll be 1st down and goal from the 4 yard line. So we'll keep an eye on the running back now, Justin Zobalak. Max Nickel also will sidle in from time to time at the running back spot. Out of the shotgun formation, hand off to the left side and into the end zone for the touchdown. Zubalek.
That is student body right. Let me push you into the end zone.
4-yard rushing touchdown for Guerin Catholic's Justin Zubalek, and that will be his 3rd touchdown of the year. And with the clock showing 8:15 to go in the first quarter, a mistake by Heritage Christian turns into a touchdown for Guerin Catholic.
Nice little 21-yard pass play.
Now the point after, it is up and it is good. So with 8:15 to go here in the first quarter, it's 7-0 now. Heritage Christian trailing Guerin Catholic. This is IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor because land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian. Guerin Catholic scores on a officially 20-yard drive, Jerry. Makes it 7-0. Extra point was good, and Guerin Catholic off to a good start.
And vice versa for Heritage Christian, because they had the ball to begin the ball game and went into a situation where they were 4th down and long, and the punter was only a couple of yards behind the running backs and did not get the punt away. It was blocked, and some 3 plays later, it goes into the end zone from 4 yards out for a touchdown. So the kickoff now will be a short kickoff, taken inside the 20-yard line and returned to about the 21. And Heritage Christian will get the football for the second time in this game.
So it's going to start at the 22-yard line. You know, hopefully they can run some plays here without any penalties, because we've had 4 penalties and we've only played 4 minutes of football.
Officials haven't spotted the ball just yet. They're walking out. They will put it down right at the 22. The previous drive, beginning by Heritage Christian, was on their own 10-yard line. And so this is their second possession of the game. Again, Kyle Antoine at quarterback. We'll have to keep an eye on who's going to be running at the running back position throughout the game. As Keith mentioned earlier on, Colton Brown will run some at the quarterbacking spot. Jalen Bonds will also get the backup role at that position. And they gain about pretty much, well, they got the first down. They got the 10 yards.
Nope, they got 5.
Yeah, as I look across and through the partitions here.
You see the double windows? That's okay.
It'll be second down and 5 now with 7:39 to go in the first quarter of this game. Quarterback keeper this time by Antoine. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much it. So it's third down coming up again.
You know, you had Brown running for about 5 yards, and Antoine just goes right back to the line of scrimmage. This is an important series, don't you think, Jerry, with the Guerin scoring on the first possession?
Well, yeah, because everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. They just want to get a first down and kind of get some breathing room out there. They put wideouts to the left side, a wide receiver almost in the hash marks, and the far side of the offensive line to the left side. Twin receivers to the right side, so they've got the field spread out pretty good right now. Brown is in at running back, by the way.
Got a flag on the far end, Jerry.
He may have lined up offside.
Yep, he sure did. False start against Heritage Christian.
We mentioned the receiver on the far sideline. The ball is on the hash marks on the right side of the field. He was on the hash marks on the far left side of the field and somehow got offside.
You know, that's when you ask the referee, hey, did I get onside? He should tell you.
Right, he's supposed to tell you. Yep. Well, not necessarily supposed to, but he will generally tell you.
He should nod you, yes.
All right, so with the clock running at 6:48 to go now, the first quarter of this game, it's 7-0. Early on, first possession by Guerin Catholic. They score. Here's a pass over the middle, and it is incomplete at about the 45-yard line.
And got another flag. Boy, this is number 6.
A.J. Neal, the intended receiver.
Yeah, we'll see what this call is. I'll wait for the white hat to make the signal.
Holding against Heritage.
Holding.
That's what it is. Holding call against Heritage Christian.
They have declined it, so it will be 4th down. Tell you what, 6 flags in about 6 minutes. Not bad.
I don't know if our listeners can feel the breeze. There's a pretty good little breeze up where we are, and I'm looking at the flag. It's limp, so it's apparently nothing on the field. But let's see what happens. There's a 4th down and 10 to go, and again, Heritage Christian deep in its own territory, and again a short punting formation. He does get it away this time. There was no receiver back for Guerin Catholic, so it rolls inside the 30 and to about the 25 or 26-yard line. They'll spot it at the 27 for that matter, so they did get the punt away that time anyway, Keith.
Yep. So that's a little things that you can work on. Now you got to go 3 and out here.
So 2 possessions and 2 punts for Heritage Christian, and here comes Guerin Catholic back to the line of scrimmage again, this time in their own territory. That first drive began at the 17. They were 3 plays and a touchdown rush from 4 yards out by Justin Zobalak. And that's where we stand at 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Out of the I formation, trips to the right side of the offensive line, a single wide out to the left side. Right down in front of the Heritage Christian bench, as a matter of fact. Long snap. Here is Miller wanting to throw, and it's knocked down.
Well, that ball went straight up in the air, and they all went after it. Orsted on the deflection and almost caught the ball on the deflection.
They list a whole host of receivers led by Ryan Glenn, Will Fremion, and Alex Gibbs. And they'll use Liam Miller and Aiden Cannon as the tight end positions on their offensive line. So if we get a chance, we'll set that offensive line. Here's the snap. Here's Miller. And caught and out to around the 50-yard line. Ryan Glenn gets the reception that time, and he'll get the first down.
Boy, he was wide open in the flat, and no one there crossed the 50-yard line. I think they're going to put it right at the 48 of Heritage Christian.
So the clock continues to, well, it stopped right now at 6:19 to go. Guerin's offensive line, we talked about this, we touched on it briefly earlier. If we get a chance, I'll run them down for you. This is a big, big offensive line, especially for a smaller school like this. Back to throw is Miller, and he just missed his receiver at the 15-yard line.
If you could stretch about 2 more inches, Jerry, you would have caught the ball.
Wow, good throw that time. That offensive line for Guerin, Brendan McIlvain at 6'4", 250 and a junior. The tackle on the other end is Josh Holba, 6'2", 230 and a sophomore. The guards are Scotty Smith, 6'3", 225 and a senior. Max Kossel, 6'2", 265 and a junior. And Luke Schenk at center is 6'3", 240 and a senior. They average 242 pounds per man from tackle to tackle. Good-sized offensive line.
You bet.
Here we go now on a second down, coming to the near side. And it is caught by Ryan Glenn, gain of about maybe a yard or 2.
Guess what's on the floor?
Another yellow flag.
Yes, sir.
So let's see what this call is.
And you can just feel the wind. You can hear it in our windsock.
Yep. They're going to, it's against Guerin Catholic. And they're going to, illegal block in the back apparently, and they're marching it all the way down to the 42, where it'll be second down and roughly 20-plus yards to go for the first down.
I'm not good at math, but I think 24.
All right, so again, they set up with the in the shotgun formation. Here's the fake handoff at the middle. The pass is caught this time by, that's Liam Miller, the tight end. Miller will get some yardage, and in fact, he gets it past the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 8 to go for the first down. They're using Glenn at one of the wideout spots. They've got Jack Cherry also in the slot to the left side. And a third down and roughly 7 yards to go for the first down. They pass to the flat, near side, Ryan Glenn. Glenn is trying to find some running room. Goes back inside and it's going to be brought down at best back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he may have lost some yardage, so it's going to be fourth down. Oper on the tackle that time. And with 5:55 to go now in the first quarter of this football game, the kicking unit will come on now for Heritage Christian. Ryan Glenn is the punter. He averages 36.3 yards per punt over the first couple of games, a long of 47. And he is standing at his own 38-yard line. Here's the snap. It's low. In fact, they hit the ground. Good job by the punter to scoop it up. It hits at about the 15, rolls to about the 10, and the deep man for Heritage Christian wisely gets out of the way, and the ball rolls dead inside the 10 at about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Christian Doran did a nice job, Jerry, of fake everybody out, but it scares me because that ball can do anything, and if it hits him, it's a live ball.
Absolutely. So the third possession of the game now for Heritage Christian, and let's be honest here, Keith, they need something good to happen. They've only run like 8 plays so far in the first 2 possessions.
And a few yellow flags.
That's been the killing situation right there. So the clock shows 5:20 to go in this first quarter. 7-0 is your score in favor of Guerin Catholic. And they will start this drive. Looks like at about the 8-yard line. And here's the handoff up the middle. Out of maybe about the 10-yard line. That's pretty much it.
2 yards on the play.
Gain of a couple of yards. It'll be second down now and 8 yards to go.
So you see what happens here.
At Guerin defense, as I mentioned earlier on in our broadcast tonight, Cannon and Sapienza and Sims. They'll use 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers. That front line, not a big front line defensively, 219.3 pounds per man from those 3 guys. So 4:44 to go now in the first quarter. Second down and roughly 8 to go for the first down. And this time they'll get it out to around the 15, and there may have been a fumble on this play. Let's wait and see. Yeah, apparently not.
Well, the official is still looking down on the ground. He has not given a signal.
He hustled in there like the ball was free.
And he is going to give it to Heritage Christian. Tell you what, the Guerin Catholic Ball Club they're stripping the ball, and you got to protect the ball there, Jerry.
So Heritage Christian will hang on to the football. And they face a third down, and it looks like, Keith, about 5.5 yards to go for the first down. They began this drive back on their own 8-yard line, looking to throw. Pass over the middle is thrown into the dirt at about the 25-yard line. No chance whatsoever that time for A.J. Neal to make the reception. So we're into a fourth down situation again. Now check it, make it a third down situation. That penalty did not count as a down. Pass interference called against Guerin Catholic. That'll be a 15-yarder. It's not an automatic first down, but it's enough for the first down.
And that's going to be their first down of the night, Jerry.
First one. They get a first down on a penalty. And they will spot the ball at the 28-yard line.
You know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
You're right there. In this case, yes, because now they got some breathing room. They can do some work if they want to. Here's the handoff over the right side, and a gain of a couple of yards. And out to around the 30-yard line. So it'll be second down. They give them 4 yards, make it second down at about 6, a long 6 to go for the first down. Not across the 30. They mark it down at the 32.
And if you're listening at home, that was the first time I think Colton Brown has got the ball today.
So Heritage Christian in the dark uniforms, working from the left to the right. 3:11 to go now in the first quarter of this game tonight. showing blitz. They come streaking in for the right side defensively. They get a little running room out to the 35, a gain of another 2 or 3 yards. Tackle made by Elijah Taylor.
And that's Colton Brown again, Jerry. So now it's 3rd down and 1. Who do you think will get the ball this time, Jerry?
I would imagine Colton Brown is going to get that football. We're talking about Heritage Christian's Colton Brown, 15 carries for 81 yards. His longest carry of the season so far has been 14 yards, but he's averaging just a shade over 5 yards per carry, and that's just about, they only need a couple of yards for the first down. 3rd down and 1.5. So a big possession there, although they're probably in 4-down territory. They hit right at the line of scrimmage, and I don't know if he made it or not, Keith.
Did he? He got a yard.
I'm not sure he made it, though.
No, sir. 4th down and 1.
Well, they got to go for it. There's just no reason not to right now. You finally got a little momentum going your way by virtue of that pass interference call against Guerin Catholic.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. If you just joined it, it's 7-0 Guerin Catholic. Jerry Baker, Keith Myers with you, live from Heritage Christian High School.
Kyle Antoine at quarterback. They got a couple of running backs. Now they shift them, set up in the I formation. Strong offensive line to the left side. Let's see what they do. Quarterback keeper this time by Antoine. And he only had about a yard or even less to go, so they will get the first down. Second first down of the game. 3rd one if you want to count that 15-yard penalty. So they mark it down at the 39, Keith. The clock is stopped with 1:37 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 football game in favor of Guerin Catholic as they turn an early mistake into a touchdown. Over the middle they go, running room across midfield and the 45 down to around the 40-yard line. And a terrific run that time by Colton Brown.
Colton Brown saw a trap and he just ran through it. And I'm not making fun of Casey Pierce, our producer, but Casey Pierce could even run through that hole. Come on now.
I don't know. Colton Brown with the first down, the 4th first down of the first half now for Heritage Christian, and they're finally on the march a little bit, and the clock is down to 1:15 to go in the first quarter of this game. Just outside the 40-yard line, they set up with wideouts to the left side. They'll hand the ball to Colton Brown again. This time he'll go over right tackle, running behind Bradford and Tim Jackson, and get it across the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
And, Jerry, it just seems like their momentum. They got a little bit of momentum, and they feel like they're doing some plays, 3 or 4 positive plays here, and we haven't had a flag in 3 plays. So that's a good thing.
Well, we talked about the ground game. With the first game against Traders Point Christian, they rushed for 220 yards. And last Friday against Shenandoah, they rushed for 171 yards. So they got a good ground game, this Heritage Christian. And right now, they're on a good drive. This will be the 10th play of this drive. Put the man in motion to the left side, hand it off again up the middle. Bumping bodies down to around the 35, a gain of a couple of yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and in the neighborhood of a half a dozen yards to go for the first down.
How about some scores real quick?
Yep.
Fountain Central 7, Frontier 6, Hamilton Southeastern 13, Avon 0, Greencastle 14, West Vigo 0. Hamilton Southeastern just scored again. They made it 20-0 over Avon. And Fountain Central 14-6 over Frontier. It's the end of the first quarter, 7-0. We'll be back after this. It's IndianaSRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
and we're back.
Back at Heritage Christian High School, 7-0, Guerin Catholic over Heritage Christian. First 12 minutes in the books, Jerry. Here's a stat for you. 7 flags.
I don't know what the record is. I'm not sure we keep that, but
I don't want to keep that.
No. Ready for the second quarter of play. It is a 7-0 football game. And Heritage Christian has the football for the third time. And they have been flagged 7 different times, or a total of 7 between the two ball clubs here tonight. And they have a 4th down and roughly 7 yards to go for the first down. So, Keith, they're right back in that 4th down territory again.
Yeah, but, I think they'll probably go here and see what they can get. They are on the opposite side of the 50. So, Kyle, this is nothing for Kyle Ray and the Eagles. Let's see what they can do here.
Back to the line of scrimmage. It's marked down right at the 38-yard line.
We've got a timeout.
And we'll get a timeout.
We'll take a timeout with them. It's IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at Heritage Christian High School, 4th down and about 7. Guerin Heritage Christian ball. Here is Jerry.
4 defensive linemen set up now on this 4th down, and back to throw is Antoine. He gets the pass complete to the 32, and they get the ball rushed forward to about the 27 or 28. Good enough for the first down.
Well, I tell you what, that flag was wide open in the flat, and Colton Bryan got 5 of that all on his own with the second effort. And what a gutsy play to put the ball up in the air this close to the other side of the field.
They marked the ball officially at the 28. That's the first down. That's the 5th first down of this drive. So a totally different story with 11:13 to go in the second quarter. Hanging on to the football. 13th play of the drive coming up. Same offensive formation. They got wideouts both ways. Antoine coming near side. Fires. It is caught inside the 25. At about the 22-yard line. Caught by Zach Schlamer.
Brought down by number 22, Luke Moody.
How about catching that ball and then taking the hit, Jerry? That's a tough hit.
They got about 7 yards on the play. Now they got some wiggle room here. They got a player or two free to do whatever they want to do with the second down and a couple of yards to go. And deep now in Guerin Catholic territory.
A slow start for Heritage Christian, but really the last 4 or 5 plays have really good momentum here.
Austin Yates sets way out to the right side of the offensive line. They will get the ball in that direction and get it inside the 20 and going to be close to first down territory again. The pass is caught by Christian Dora, number 13. And they're about a yard shy of the first down on the 3rd down.
So do you think this is the Colton Brown show here? You give it to Colton Brown?
I'd get that first down and get out of Dodge as fast as I can.
You betcha.
10:35 to go now in the first half of tonight's game. Again, they send Yates way wide right. They'll put trips to the left side of the offensive line, and they are spread out about 5 yards apart. And they do give the ball to Brown, and he will go over right tackle and whittle the end pile to see if he got the first down. Yes, he did. That's a signal. So this is a tremendously long drive. 15 plays on this drive by Heritage Christian.
How about this, Jerry? He needed 2 He got 3, and they have held the ball for a long, long time here. We're just starting the second quarter, but they got this starting with about, 6 minutes to go in the fifth.
So they've had the ball for about 9 minutes.
Yes.
It's 9:45 to go in this first half, second quarter of this game. First 2 possessions by Heritage Christian. They had to punt the football. Here's the pass to the near side. It is cut by Jones, and he will make a little forward motion down to around the 15. On this, the 16th play of this long drive. And about 3 yards, second down and 7.
You're going to have enough for your play clock, for your score sheet there.
Oh, I'll make it work, but it's not designed for this many.
Mine's only designed for 10. Yours is designed for 15. We're at 16.
Again, out of the shotgun. This side, they get trips to the right side. Here's the pass into the end zone. It is nowhere to go. The right side.
7-yard line by number 33, Anthony Ferrucci.
This time the pass is caught by 30.
No, that's
tackled by 33.
Yep.
Anthony Ferrucci makes the tackle.
Quarterback just kept the ball. And we got a timeout, Heritage Christian. So with 8:28 to play in the first quarter, Heritage Christian and Guerin. Guerin leads 7-0. We'll be back after this.
We are back at Heritage Christian, and this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. In this case, the pictures are not a part of the issue tonight.
No, but there is.
Brown around the right side.
Colton Brown gains about 8 yards, and it is first down and goal at the 5.
Well, this has just been a eat-the-clock drive by Heritage Christian. They had the ball spotted right on the 5-yard line.
The IHSAA Foundation. Catch up on what's going on with the ISHA Foundation. Subscribe to our newsletter, The Advocate. Email us at ihsaafoundation.org.
So they keep Colton Brown in at the running back spot, and why not? He's been a hoss so far in this ball game. And they'll hand it to him. He'll get it down to around the 2-yard line where he is knocked down by a host of white shirts. With the clock running at 7:38 to go here in the first half.
You know, and as this drive goes on and they take all this time off the clock, it gives Guerin Catholic, lots of rest over there for your offensive team.
Right, and the defense has been out there forever.
For a long time.
So the ball is spotted at the 2-yard line. And they drive up the middle again. And Brown gets back to the line of scrimmage and gets stuck right there.
I tell you what, this defensive line for Guerin Catholic is not going to make it easy for them.
Balser on the tackle that time. 6:45 to go, third down. And again, it's Heritage Christian with the football. They have started this drive back on their own 8-yard line. They have now run 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 plays. in this drive.
And they call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them with 6:28 to play first half. Guerin leads 7-0. IndianaSRN.
Another proud sponsor of Heritage.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Here for the 22nd play of this drive.
Piper Logistics in 2002. Piper Logistics was established. Give them a call, 317-395-1023.
Here's the pitch to the right side to Brown for the 1-yard line, and he's in for the touchdown.
Well, maybe that was the timeout. Pitch it to Brown to the left.
A 1-yard run by Brown.
So here's a question for you. Do you go for, do we have a flag? We have a flag.
Holding against the Heritage Eagles.
It'll be a holding call against Heritage Christian, and that's going to negate that 1-yard touchdown run by Colton Brown.
So now you're going to be third down and the ball at the 11-yard line. Ah, what a play.
So it's third down and 11, third down and goal from the 11-yard line. The clock showing 6 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Here in the first half of tonight's game on IndianaSRN. So we'll line them up again and see what we got going here.
Yes, sir.
Same offensive lineup. They have Antoine at the shotgun formation. He runs back to throw. Looking now, will keep the football and head into the end zone for the touchdown.
We got a flag.
And another flag on the field. That'll be 10 flags so far in the first quarter and 4 minutes. Obviously, it's going to be against Heritage Christian. They would have negated that already.
Touchdown.
No, they do call it a touchdown.
Oh, you got an unsportsmanlike conduct on the quarterback for running into the end zone and signal a touchdown. So you got a touchdown. Now, do you go for two or do you get the kick here?
Well, in my opinion, right now you take that kick and because things have gone so bad for you, you just want to get out of here and even things up. Keith, although I don't know if they've got a good kicking game. In the two deeps I was given, they don't even list a kicker.
I know, they don't.
Well, they're going to try it anyway. So they'll try the point after, and the kick is up, and it is no good. So with the clock showing 6:18 to go here in the first half, it's 7-6 football game now. Heritage Christian finally gets on the board, but they trail Guerin Catholic by 1 here on IndianaSRN. Unofficially, a 92-yard drive in some 21 plays, an 11-yard rushing touchdown by the quarterback Kyle Antoine. Point after no good, and we stand at 7-6 now, still in favor of Guerin Catholic.
So double-digit plays, double-digit scores. And you got to score twice in that because you had a holding on one.
Right.
Then you had scored. Then you had another holding, and you scored. And then you got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to boot.
So what's going to happen here, Guerin Catholic is going to be moved back some 15 yards. And so what's going to happen is Heritage Christian will kick off from Guerin Catholic territory at their 45-yard line.
So let me ask you a question, Jerry. Do you onside kick here and see what you got?
That would be gutsy, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it, though?
You're almost halfway through the second quarter of this ball game. I don't know. Tom Dilly's been around a long time. Let's see what's going to happen there. He does not. They'll boot it and probably boot it into the next county. It goes into the soccer net at the end of the field, as a matter of fact. So they'll come out to the 20-yard line, and Guerin Catholic will get the football for the third time.
Sports page. Stay up to date with the ISHA sports news and all the sports page information you need. You can get it at IndianaSRN.org or Troy at radiotroy.com. You get that once in a while, don't you?
Sure.
Get the sports page?
Absolutely. You betcha.
Good stuff. Actually, you can hear Jerry and I do a recap of this game tomorrow on the sports page.
And mention all 10 of the penalties, I suppose.
Or more.
So we're 6:18 to go now in the second quarter of this game. Here's the handoff up the middle, running back again, Justin Zobalek. He's the guy who they will rely on to get the football on the ground moving forward. This time he gets about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Zobalek, Max Nickel, they're the main running back. So use Cooper Navarro from time to time, but Anthony Ferrucci likewise will get the ball on location. Sam Miller stays in at quarterback now. Sets the running back, Zobalek, right on his left hip. He gets the long snap and hands off to Zobalek again. Over the left side this time. Gets the first down out across the 30 to about the 35-yard line. First down.
Well, you had enough rest. I tell you what, 2 plays, 2 first downs.
Camden Wolf gets the tackle that time for Heritage Christian, and the clock is inside 6 minutes now to 5:39 in the second quarter. 7-6 football game with Guerin Catholic scoring on their first possession with a 4-yard rush by Zobalek. This time they'll reset one of the running backs to the left side of the offensive line in the backfield and run it up the middle again and get very close to first down territory again. This time across the 45 to around the 46-yard line. And it'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Spotted it right between the 43 and 44-yard line. Clock inside 5 to go now here in the first half. White clad. Guerin Catholic Eagles with the football. And a running play again, and this time they'll get the first down. Out to around the 47 or 48-yard line.
Thompson on the run.
So the Golden Eagles get the first down and continue this drive. This is the third time they've had the football. Second possession of the game, they finally had to punt it away after 5 plays. So the defense for Heritage Christian stood them up a little bit. And right now they're having no luck stopping this ground game. As they head toward midfield, they'll hand it off the middle, get it across midfield, down to the 45-yard line. And the clock showing 4:18 to go now in the first half.
Both teams run the ball really, really well, Jerry. You know, if this continues to go, this is going to be a quick ball game. As we're down to 4 minutes.
They will spot the ball at the 43, and it is 2nd down and a couple of yards to go for the first down. Wideouts to the left and the right. Twin wideouts to the right side of the offensive line. H-back in a moving position. They'll keep the ball on the ground and continue with Zobalek handling that football, getting across the 41, and let's see where they spot it down. It's very close to the first down. Going to be shy by about a yard, they say, so it's going to be 3rd down.
That offensive line just making pretty big holes here, Jerry.
Yeah, we talked about how big that offensive line is, and they are good. Again, same formation. This time they get wideouts trips to basically the right side. The H-back setting in the left, right side, and now they give the ball once again to Zobalak, and he will get the first down.
Stacked up at the 40-yard line, but that carry good enough for a Golden Eagles first down.
Got a first down. Boy, second effort.
Yeah, we played about a half a dozen plays without a flag, too.
I'm writing that down.
We've got 10 of them so far. So
plus
3:10 to go now. First half of this football game tonight from Heritage Christian High. This time they move the offensive wideouts to the left side of the offensive line, put a single out to the right side. It's Ryan Glenn right down below us here. Run the H-back off to the left side, a fumble in the backfield, and they fall on it immediately after a loss of about 3 yards.
Boy, I tell you what, everybody falls on that ball and just protect it. They lose to, they lose 3.
Yeah, this is one of the few miscues so far tonight by Guerin Catholic. Talked about that offensive line, 242 pounds per man average from tackle to tackle.
Think they eat that Taco Bell?
Boy, yeah. The big guy is Max Castle on the right side at right guard. He is 265. Center is Shank at 240.
Miller's pass caught by number 29, Liam Miller.
Oh, Miller
Is good to the 38-yard line.
will get to the 38 on this play. They're still shy of the first down, of course. Third down and a long 8 or a short 9 to go for the first down with the clock inside 2 minutes now in the half.
If you're just joining us, Guerin Catholic has called 1 timeout. They have 2 left. Heritage has 1 left with 1:45 to play.
Now to a minute 45 in the first half of tonight's game. Out of the shotgun again. Siegel running back. Back to throw is Miller. He fires upfield, got a receiver, and overthrew him by about 5 yards.
So now it's 4th down.
Boy, he had Ryan Glenn. Glenn had his man beaten.
Yes, he did.
Keith, but he just overthrew him by about 3 or 4 yards.
Had plenty of time.
Yep.
Double pumped as well.
So the clock stops at 1:34 and the 4th down and 7.
Field goal here? No.
Yeah, they're 0 for 1 on the year by Gunther from the field goal territory.
Good punt here.
Well, this is a little odd. The ball is on the 38-yard line. If it goes into the end zone, all you're gaining is about 18 yards. So let's see what happens here if this might be a fake. It is not. They will punt it away. And it is going to hit inside the 5-yard line and be downed at the 1-foot line.
Wow, they
what
lined
a
up.
Great play.
They lined up a receiver to the line, and his job was to go get the ball. That ball bounced at the 1. He caught it, and he made it dead at the 1-foot line. What a play. Pretty impressive.
Now you've got to wonder, okay, what does Heritage Christian do here? Keith, with the minute 27 to go, you're in dangerous territory here because there are some timeouts left. And Guerin Catholic could use some timeouts to stop the clock and get that ball back with still some time left on the clock. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
But you don't throw the ball up here, do you?
No. I don't think you can. No, because that's an automatic timeout if you don't complete it. So they're going to start at their own 1-foot line and run the fullback up the middle. And he'll get 2 or 3 yards, and that's going to be about the extent of that.
And he got a timeout, Guerin. That's their second one. We'll take it with them with 1:20 to play, 7-6. Heritage Christian and Guerin Catholic, IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
So here comes Heritage Christian at the line, and here's Jerry Baker.
2nd down and 7. They say he gave him 3 yards that time. They're going to keep the ball on the ground. No surprise there. Out to around the 9s. It'll be shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and short yardage to go for the first down.
That's a good thing for Heritage Christian because now they're way deep, and now the 3rd and final timeout by Guerin Catholic will take them with them. The score, Guerin Catholic 7, Heritage Christian 6. We'll be back after this. It's IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back at Heritage Christian, 7-6. Here we go, Jerry. 3rd down and about 2. Guerin Catholic now out of timeouts. Heritage Christian has 1 left. I think you've run it here.
This was all set up by a terrific punt and great coverage by Guerin Catholic. The punt went downfield, and the outside receiver got down it on the 1-foot line. They have now run 3 plays on the ground, obviously, so it's 2 plays. It's a 3rd down, and they'll probably keep it. They want to get the first down. 3rd down and a couple of yards to go for the first down. They get it across the 10 to about the 11 or 12. That's going to be good enough for the first down. Well, that's big for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, now the ball, now with the clock at 58 seconds, it will run. The 40-second play clock just started. So we'll see what here. So there's a 30-second difference in the play clock. So you got to run a play here, but boy, they got out of trouble here. Now you got to just hang on to the ball and don't fumble it.
Checking out that front defensive lineup for Guerin Catholic. They've got number 75 in at that middle node guard spot. I think I want to give him credit, Josh Holba. We had mentioned Sapienza earlier, and we understand he is out now with the starting lineup we were given. Had Sapienza in there, he is out now for the season with an injury,
ACL.
So the 75, Josh Holba, they have listed in at the nose guard spot. Clock inside 10 seconds, down to 9, down to 8. They will have to run the play. No, they won't either. They can stand still. They do run it, though, and they're going to throw. Here's the long pass upfield. Oh, he put that ball in the air about 40 or 50 yards, and it is caught across midfield at the 30-yard line as the clock shows 0.
Well, the clock shows 0.
Wow.
But what a play.
Keegan Broderick, number 12, got behind the secondary, and Antoine threw that ball from the 10-yard line in the air on a line to the 30 at the other end. That's about a 60-yard pass.
That's pretty good, and there's no wind on the field, on the ground, so that's a pretty good pass. That's how you threw it, right?
Well, exactly. You know, 3 times total. And, of course, that'll get us to the end of the first half. And the game's a little more low-scoring, Keith, than I thought that we'd have a relatively high-scoring game tonight. But the number of penalties, we've had 10 flags so far in the first half of this game, and a bunch of miscues on the part mainly of Heritage Christian, which I'm sure they'll get straightened out at halftime. So as we go to the locker room, it's a 7-6 football game in favor of Guerin Catholic.
Yeah, you look at this, and it's really a surprise because Guerin Catholic really dominated the first quarter. They've really dominated, and Heritage Christian gets the ball with 6 minutes to go left in the first quarter and really dominated the second quarter. 7-6 at halftime. Could be an interesting half.
Well, that drive, that third possession by Heritage Christian, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 possessions on that drive. They began on their own 8-yard line, and finally, 21 plays later, they get into the end zone from 11 yards out on that quarterback keeper by Antoine. That was a terrific drive, and ate up about roughly between 8 and 9 minutes on the clock.
7 minutes, is 7-6 Guerin Catholic in the lead. Halftime, when we come back, we'll have scores for you, and we'll have the IndianaSRN poll, and hopefully David Pierce will be joining us from IUPUI Sports management. We'll take a timeout. It's IndianaSRN.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Game day on IndianaSRN. And now here's a special message from Assistant Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Sandra Walter.
In cooperation with the Indiana High School Athletic Association, IndianaSRN would like to thank the men and women who officiate our sports contests. Congratulations to the following officials who've been selected as Official of the Year in their respective sport. This distinction is based on service to student athletes, coaches, and community over decades. These men and women have given countless hours to promoting and ensuring that education-based athletics are afforded to your student athlete. In cross country, Mr. Ted Knopfsinger. Soccer for 21-22, Mr. Lawrence Lohner. In volleyball in the north, Mr. Steve Klein. And in football in Lake County, Mr. Fred Schob. If you'd like to become an IHSAA official, please contact Sandra Walter at the IHSAA office, phone number 317-846-6601. And a huge thank you to Mr. Keith Meyer and IndianaSRN for being such an advocate to our officials, our student athletes, and our administrators of 407 member schools across the state of Indiana. We certainly thank you for the support and the constant effort to promote all that is good about education-based athletics.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the Commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
You're good at making big announcements.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Back at halftime, 7-6 is the score. Guerin Catholic over Heritage Christian here at Heritage Christian. Joining us now at halftime, David Pierce from IUPUI Sports Management. David, thank you very much for joining us here at halftime.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
You've been associated with Heritage Christian for a long time. You also work with IndianaSRN. You're also with IUPUI Sports Management. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, started a business, Ref Reps, that has a nice little spot on there too. So just for fun, start a business in the pandemic. But no, good night, beautiful Friday night. Awesome to be here.
Talked to Kyle Armstrong about Ref Refs, and he was on our weekend show, and talked a little bit about that excellent thing about maintaining officials and getting officials. He's going to be with us for the next couple of weeks talking about rule changes and what that has done, and what an innovation for you guys to get that done.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best projects I've worked on at IUPUI with my students. In the fall of 2019, we took on, in my senior capstone class, we took on the problem space of the national shortage and the declining number of sports officials, and my students did great work. I teach them the design thinking process. This is really a framework for creating innovative solutions to major problems in the industry, and out of that had an idea for a sports officiating training platform. Took it to our School of Informatics. They did a great job putting together the initial prototypes. I took that to Kyle and said, here's what our students have come up with at IUPUI, and he's like, this is what we need to do. So out of that, then ultimately Kyle and I have partnered together and started a business, and we've got a real live app called Ref Reps in the App Store. It's a referee training solution. What we're really trying to do, at least initially, is fix the problem of 80% of officials quit within the first 3 years.
Yep.
So there's actually enough people signing up, but they're leaving in really, really high numbers, particularly people under 34 years old giving it a shot for the first time. So we're trying to reach people with technology and with innovation. It's an interactive, immersive product. You see a play from the referee's point of view, and then you make the call, and with the technology and the coding and the motion recognition, it gives you feedback on if you got the call right or wrong. But it's a really fun thing to work on. Students were in on the part of it from day one, and that's really the message I give students in the classroom is let's be creative problem solvers, right?
And Sandra Walters loves it. As you know, we partner with them, and we love officials. I've been doing it I did it for a long time. Talk a little about IUPUI now sponsoring. One of our sponsors is IndianaSRN. What was attractive to you with IndianaSRN?
Well, like a lot of people, I was just watching football games last fall, and every time I wanted to find a game, it seemed to always be on IndianaSRN, right? So thought the quality of the broadcast was really good, and we've been thinking about what are some creative ways that we can reach our target market, and ultimately we want to reach parents and kids in the high school age with the message of come to IUPUI and launch your sports career. And we have a lot of other offerings within the school that I work in, which also has sponsorships and ads on here, anything from exercise science to tourism and event management. I mean, my department is tourism, event, and sport management. I mean, if you want to do tourism, event, hospitality, and sport management, there's literally not a better place to do that than in downtown Indianapolis. So our motto is Indy is your classroom. We get students out hands-on in the field. I mean, I like to think I'm important as a professor, and we do lots of hands-on projects like I just described. But at the end of the day, our differentiator is our downtown and urban location, and it's a great place to live and learn how to do this industry.
And you look good with that logo on, that IndianaSRN logo. You look pretty good with that. You're also now doing some public address announcing here at Heritage Christian, and it's kind of neat because your family comes to games. You get to do virtually everything you love to do.
Absolutely. I hope my kids are behaving down there. I fortunately can't see them, so I don't have to stress out about it.
I haven't seen them on the field. That's a good thing, Dave.
Yeah. My son actually had Coach Ray as his fourth grade teacher last year, and he is playing football in the youth football programming club sport they have here, and he just really adored Coach Ray, and I think he's doing a phenomenal job just being a leader and building a really solid football culture, as you can see, having followed Heritage now for the last few years.
Yeah, this is our fourth year with Heritage Christian. It's really kind of cool. 7-6 ball game. What do you see in your tower? Pretty interesting defense. Really shut down some people, but it's a very low scoring ball game here.
It is. This is a pretty. I mean, it's an even match talent-wise, very clearly hard fought, and that when you kind of a weird flow to the game when you've got a drive that takes almost an entire quarter and is 22 some odd plays, like that's that was most of the game occurred in that stretch, right? So that's part of what accounts for the low-scoring game. A little bit of a slow start for Heritage. They've been getting off to fast starts in their first two contests. A little slower today, but I'm expecting this one to go down to the wire.
If people want to contact you about the sports management program, how do they get a hold of you, other than maybe catching all the commercials that are on IndianaSRN?
Yeah, sure. So the best place to go is the website is sii.iupui.edu. And SII stands for the Sports Innovation Institute. So that's probably the easiest place to go and look and kind of see what that student experience will be like. My email is dpierce3@iupui.edu. If you're a parent listening to this, wondering, hey, that sounds interesting, I'll meet you anytime, anywhere. You name the place, and we'll talk about what's best next thing for your son or daughter.
Shameless plug: we have two guys that graduated from your class that works for us, so it works, folks. It truly works.
Trevor Brooks, right?
He's at Greencastle.
Is he over in Greencastle tonight?
Exactly.
Yeah, I had Trevor in 3 classes over a couple years. 100. Yep.
And he still passed, which is a good thing, Dave. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the scoreboard for you and much more. Thanks, David.
Yep.
We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Halftime score here at Heritage Christian: Guerin Catholic 7, Heritage Christian 6. We have about 3 minutes before we start the second half. Some scores for you, Jerry. Here's some scores for you. Lawrence North and Lawrence Central. 7-0 Lawrence North over Lawrence Central. Warren Central and North Central. Warren Central leads 27-0. Triton Central and Lutheran leads 14-0. Columbus North is handling Southport very easily, 27-6. That is halftime. Frankton 6, Blackford 7. Franklin Central 7, Brownsburg 14. Franklin 7, Perry Meridian 21. Center Grove 10, Carmel 7 at halftime. Columbus East 10 and Seymour 6. Eastern Hancock leads Westdale 12-7. Park Tudor and Centerville leads 21-7. Greenwood and Martinsville is tied at 14. And Decatur Central leads 17-6. On the network of IndianaSRN, in a few scores for you: Addicts and Covenant Christian. At the end of the first half, Covenant Christian leads 40-0. Hamilton Southeastern leads 33-0 against Avon. Fountain Central 14, Frontier 12, Greencastle 14, West Vigo 0, and Traders Point leads 17-6 over South Newton. And some scores around the area, Jerry, and some good high school games going on. Don't forget, we have a doubleheader for you tomorrow of Guerin Catholic Shedard soccer, 12 noon and 2 o'clock, and then football for you at 7:30. Mount Vernon, and Greenfield Central.
So we are again at halftime of tonight's broadcast at a 7-6 football game. It's not been a thing of beauty. It's been a lot of miscues. We had a number of penalties that really kind of slowed down the initial flow of the football game. What did we count? 10, I think we said,
10,
Keith?
Yep.
10 penalties, and they most of those came in the first quarter and a half. Then things kind of settled down a little bit. The score at 7-6 is indicative of the kind of game it has been. The Heritage Christian Ball Club got the ball to begin the football game, Keith, and right away got themselves in trouble on a fourth down on a punting situation where the punter lined up, and they did this again, the second time they did this. They lined up. He lines up just about 2 yards behind the running back, so he's not back the normal distance. Couldn't get the punt away. It was blocked. And then some 3 plays later, a rushing yard touchdown from Zobalak made it 7-0, and that's all the scoring we had on that side of the football. And then in the second quarter, with 6:18 to go, Kyle Antoine, the quarterback keeper, from 11 yards out after a number of penalties. That they were down to the 1 yard line at one time, and a long drive of some 21 different plays. They missed the point after, and that's where we are right now, 7-6.
And if you're at home and you say, I can't watch the game, well, either can we, folks. We're actually doing a radio broadcast. We had some technical difficulties, and, it's over our pay grade. All we know is Line B does not line up to Line A, and so all we have is a radio broadcast. But we thank Casey Pierce. I tell you what, Casey has worked very hard of keeping us on the air and doing the radio broadcast. I think he deserves a raise, so I'm going to give him your 25 cents tonight.
That's fine.
Okay.
Listen, everything's above our pay grade, by the way, in case you haven't noticed that.
When it comes to technology, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look at the IndianaSRN polls real quick, Jerry. In 1A, Lutheran is number 1, South Adams 2, Park Heritage 3, Southwood 4, Covenant Christian 5. In 2A, Fort Wayne Lourdes 2, Eastbrook 1, Heritage Christian 3, Triton Central 4, Evansville Mater Dei 5. In 3A, West Lafayette is 1, Babuff is 2. You know that Babuff Ball Club. They have a tough game. They play Guerin next week that you'll see. Gibson Southern 3, Danville 4, and Guerin Catholic 5. So that could be a very crucial matchup. 4A, Roncalli, probably the best team in 4A football, I think, by an hour, Jerry. Morrisville 2, East Central 3, Leo 4, and Jasper 5. And 5A, Cathedral, Zionsville, Fort Wayne Ranger, Valparaiso, Whiteland, and of course in 6A, Center Grove, Carmel. They're playing tonight. Center Grove's 1, Carmel 2, Maryville 3, Warren 4, and Westville 5. Some great teams in Central Indiana, but I tell you what, Valparaiso not a bad ball club.
They have not been bad for the last couple of years, by the way, Keith. They're the kind of a club that because they're in Valparaiso, they don't get a lot of notoriety here in Indiana. In fact, that's always been a complaint from the folks way down in southern Indiana. Not so much Evansville, but to a certain degree. And then way up north in South Bend, where you guys don't pay any attention to us. To a certain degree, they're right.
Yes.
Because we're focused so much on the really good teams we have here in the Indianapolis and Marion County area. You just can't ignore the Center Groves and the Carmels and the people like that.
You know, back in the day, there was a guy I know that went to Sullivan High School, and they made a run last year in the playoffs, and the Golden Arrows are alive and well this year. It's playing pretty well football so far.
In fact, their girls got to the state finals in softball this year, so, you know.
And you saw that, too,
I saw them. They're Well, let's get going here. It's going to be interesting to see how both these ball clubs, Keith, normally at halftime you're figuring how does this team adjust? Well, we're talking about both teams, how do they adjust in the second half of tonight's game.
And if you're an offensive coordinator, you're shaking your head saying, what do I do?
Yeah, well, first thing you got to do is get you guys on side. We've had a couple of penalties, some personal fouls, and all kinds of penalties in this ball game, which kind of messed up the flow of things. So we're set to go now. Third quarter of play. Heritage Christian will kick off in the dark uniforms. Of course, they're home uniforms. They will kick it off, and they'll kick it off from the 40-yard line. This is a deep kick. It's going to go down to about the 1 or 2 yard line and return to the 15, the 20, the 25, and out to around the about the 22 or 3 yard line. Perhaps we'll see where they spot it. Right at the 20-yard line, they say. So it will be a first down and 10. This is strange. I was looking to make sure I had the right number here, Keith. Guerin Catholic, according to my numbers, only had the ball 3 times in the first half of this game.
That's amazing, Jerry.
I looked at it to make sure I hadn't made some kind of a miscue, but that's all. They started the first drive at the 17-yard line of Heritage Christian. That's when they got their score. They'll start this drive at their own 20-yard line. On a 1st and 10, they'll hand the ball up the middle, and Justin Zobilak will be the guy who's going to come in and get the job done.
It's about 2, Jerry.
2 yards on the play.
Both of these teams are just running the ball. The clock is just going to continue to run. This is going to be a quick second half if this continues.
I want to send a special note out to Leona at Guerin Catholic, and I'll tell you why in just a moment here. 2nd down, and got a couple of yards. 2nd down and 8. Zobilak's been the key. They get a pass to the near side in the flat. Caught and back across the 25, maybe the 26. And a gain of about 4 yards. Yesterday, the day before, I was talking to the school, trying to get some pronunciations, and particularly on Zobilak. Well, Leona took it upon herself to personally call Justin's mom to make sure how to pronounce his name, and some other names, by the way, also that we were interested in. So I want to thank Leona for taking the time and effort to do that for us.
Broadcaster's dream.
Oh, yes. 10.5 to go now, and we're just getting underway in the second half and backing across the 30 out to around the 32. Good enough for the first down. And first down of the drive.
Number 55, Colin Thompson.
The tackle by Colin Thompson, who is the leader. He and Zach Slamer lead the ball club in total tackles, coming into tonight's game.
You know, Sam Miller just backed up and got that first down, and people went backwards getting that first down.
So it's first down and 10. The ball spotted at the 32-yard line. The clock running at 10:15 to go now in the third quarter of tonight's game. Fake draw and a pass caught at the 37 and nailed immediately by
number 5,
Heritage Christian. C.J. Oper was the guy who made the tackle that time for Heritage Christian.
Man, he caught the ball and he got contact. He hung on to that football because there was contact, big-time contact there.
2nd down and 6 to go for the first down. This drive beginning back on the 20-yard line to begin the second half of tonight's game. Again, wideouts to the right side only this time. 3 of them out here. Here's the flanker screen. The pass is caught. And by Jack Cherry, and Cherry's going to go forward and get the first down.
Looked like Heritage might have had him behind the line of scrimmage. You cannot tackle shoulder pads. You got to tackle low knees. How many times have we told people got to hit low?
He lined up on a trips to the right side of the offensive line and circled in, but he was the outside receiver that time and circled to the inside on the screen and got the pass reception from the quarterback, Sam Miller. So it's first down and 10 now. The ball at the 47-yard line. And ball carrier this time, Zobilak. And it's maybe a yard on that play.
Gain of 1 yard to the 50.
Thompson on the tackle, so it's 2nd down and 9 here.
We talked earlier about the running game of both these ball clubs, and they're not afraid to keep the ball on the ground, and that's the reason the ball game has been moving along so rapidly tonight. Clock showing 8:35 to go here in the third. Back to throw on 3rd down. Pass is caught at the 45 and falling forward just shy of the 40-yard line, and not quite enough yardage for the first down. Alex Gibbs, the receiver that time for Guerin Catholic. Got about 8 yards on that play, so it'll be a 2nd down and a long 1 yard to go for the first down. 3rd down. Once again, they send Cherry to the right side. He is out there along with Glenn. Those two guys on the right side of the offensive line. Wide receiver on the left side also. Put a man in motion. Comes to the right side, then swings back to the left. Back to throw. Is Miller. Got a receiver upfield. Wide open at the 10. In for the touchdown. From the 41-yard line, a touchdown pass completion. And Ryan Glenn, it's the receiver on that touchdown.
Cameron Wolf just fell down on the coverage there.
It's a flag, I believe. Again, I missed it initially, but I'm sure there's a flag out there somewhere.
Oh, I see it right in the middle of the field now, Jerry.
Yep. That negates that 41-yard touchdown pass to Ryan Glenn.
I do believe that's the 11th penalty of the night.
And this is a big one because he had his man beat.
Oh. And, Jerry, the crazy thing is a couple of those have been scores and have had flags.
There's one right there, yeah. Still haven't got an official signal yet from the referee, but it is going to mark him back basically 4 yards.
Is that an illegal man downfield then? 5-yard penalty or what, Jerry?
I never saw any signal from the official, to be honest with you.
So here we go, 3rd down and 5.
Well, they moved it back 4 yards, which is sort of strange likewise. So it's either that, and we'll try it again. We'll keep the ball on the ground this time and go up the middle and get absolutely nothing on a 3rd down. In fact, they may have lost a yard or two on that play. In fact, they did. The ball is spotted now back at the 42-yard line, 47-yard line of Heritage Christian.
Heritage Christian gets a big break here.
So a 4th down. And Ryan Glenn will come in to punt it away for the 3rd time in this contest.
Christian Dora back deep to receive for Heritage.
Deep man for Heritage Christian, standing just across the 15-yard line. Here is the punt. It will hit at the 20. Take a bounce down to around the 10-yard line in favor of Guerin Catholic. And so Heritage Christian will get the football right about their own 10-yard line.
Become an IHSAA official. All you need to do is contact Sandra Walter at the IHSAA.org/officials. Get involved, men and women behind the stripes. Great way to stay in shape, great way to make some extra money, and great way to keep these kids on the field. ISHA officials, we need them. Join us today.
Again, not good field position for Heritage Christian. They began their first drive of the game on the 10-yard line. Next possession at the 22, 3rd possession at their own 8, 4th possession at the 1-foot line. And this time at the 9, and they're going to get it out across the 20 to about the 22, 23. And Zach Slamer is the guy on the reception that time. And he gets the 1st down with 6:47 to go in this 3rd quarter. Antoine comes to the near sideline, gets a check with the offensive coordinator, hits back out to the offensive unit. They spread the offense out with a single running back. Now they put an H-back right over the right tackle. And back to throw is Antoine. And it's incomplete. Neal was the intended receiver, number 9, in that area out there. Had he caught it, he wouldn't have got much ground anyway. That'll stop the clock at 6:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lots of activity up and down the great state of Indiana tonight, and we'll try to keep you abreast of the scores as they become available to us.
I just got an update. Hamilton Southeastern Avon. Hamilton Southeastern leads 40-0.
Well, Avon is 0-2 coming into this game tonight. We are at 7-6 here in favor of Guerin Catholic, the team of the White Unis tonight, and a low-scoring, kind of a discombobulated first half of tonight's game. Tanner Finley into the tackle at time for Guerin Catholic. And the clock runs. It's approaching the 6-minute mark of this 3rd quarter.
Reminds me of a baseball game.
It does, yeah. 7-6, yeah. Yes. 3rd down and 10. Heritage Christian breaks the huddle. Kyle Antoine has gone the entire distance at the quarterbacking spot. Twin wideouts, both sides of the offensive line of scrimmage. Antoine wants to throw. It is caught at the 30 and across the 35 and good enough for the 1st down. That is a pass caught by Keegan Broderick and good enough for the 1st down.
It just seems like when they need 4 or 5 yards, they throw the ball to the outside wings, and they've good catch here.
Yeah, we talked about Antoine, 31 of 49 coming into this ball game. A completion percentage of 63%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. He averages over 15 yards per catch and over 233.5 yards per game. It's interesting, at the halftime, well, we'll talk about that in a second. It's a 7-6 football game with clock showing 5:07 to go now. Here's the pass upfield, caught across the 40 into Guerin Catholic territory. And Schlamer comes up with a big catch.
And there's 20 yards right there, Jerry. Drop back, has plenty of protection.
So a first down, the third first down of this drive. The clock at 5 minutes to go now in the third quarter. I was talking about the wind. The flag on the field is perfectly still. If you walk outside our broadcast booth, the wind is whipping the flags out in the parking lot area out there. But apparently not an impact on the field itself. 4:45 to go third quarter. This time we'll keep it on the ground and head it up the middle and get it across the 35 down to around the 31, perhaps the 32-yard line.
Contact made by number 40, Aiden Cannon.
And there's Colton Brown on the carry, Jerry.
That's the first carry of this drive, as a matter of fact. Antoine has really been going to the air and getting this ball club moving upfield. This drive beginning back at the 9-yard line.
You know, the 40-second ready for play clock has really made a difference in the game of the high school game, because now the quarterback can come, talk to the coach, got plenty of time, because we're at the play clock at 10 seconds right now.
Antoine gets back in the shotgun formation. This time he has running back sitting on either side of him. He will throw, and he's going to have to get rid of it. He does. It is caught at around the 30-yard line.
Antoine's pass is complete to number 9.
This time it is A.J. Neal coming up with the pass reception. And Neal will get about 5 yards on that play, so we're looking at a second down, make it third down, and about 5 to go for the first down.
Some update scores for you. Guerin Castle leads West Vigo 21-0 at the end of 3.
Colton Brown has been the key running back for Heritage Christian tonight. He has been really a hoss when they needed some yardage. He has been. And we talked about earlier how he might not be able to go the entire game. Back to throw this time is Antoine. Wants to throw. Does over the middle, and it is caught at the 10-yard line. Good enough for the first down.
Schlamer at the 11-yard line.
And Zach Schlamer again on another big catch. He had the big catch that got the first down last time around. And they moved the chains now down to the 11-yard line. That's the fourth first down of the drive with 3:05 to go in the third quarter.
And Zach just reached out and caught that ball. That ball was heading toward the turf.
Antoine's 10 of 13 for 147 yards.
Clock now moves inside 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This third quarter just flying by. Quickly to the line of scrimmage with 1 second. They didn't get the play off unless did they get a timeout? They did. Heritage Christian has to hustle to get a timeout.
We'll take a timeout with it with the score 7-6 with 2:44 to play. Third quarter. You're listening to IndianaSRN.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Back at halftime, back at the third quarter with 2:44 to play. Guerin Catholic leads 7-6. Jerry, Kyle Antoine is 10 of 13 for 147 yards, and Colton Brown has had 17 carries for 60 yards.
Well, they've been the bulwark of this ball club tonight.
Ball warriors.
Antoine has really come alive, but most of the, many of those yards that you just mentioned, he's gotten here in this last little series of passes. because they started back at the 9 and they went the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays through the air. So we're looking at a first down and 10 from the 11. Here's Antoine again, fires over the right side, got a receiver, and out of bounds inside the 5. And about the 2 or 3 yard line, Colton Brown out of the backfield.
So they must have saw something at halftime, Jerry, because they have not really ran the ball. That ball is going to be at the 3.
So they'll spot it at the 3 yard line. Now it'll be second down and goal. No, they could actually get a first down here. So it's going to be second down and a couple of yards to go for the first down.
Oh.
Brown circles right side in for the touchdown. From a couple of yards out. Brown in for the touchdown.
How about this drive?
Two-yard touchdown run by Brown at the 2:34 mark of this third quarter.
And they're going to go for 2 here, Jerry.
Eagles will try for 2.
Trying to get the point back that they missed on the first score back at the 6:18 mark of the second quarter. When Antoine took it in from 11 yards out, and they missed the point after. Going for 2 over the middle.
No good.
And it is broken up. So the 2-point conversion attempt no good. We have 2:34 to go and a timeout with 12-7 your score in favor now of Heritage Christian here on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back now to Heritage Christian, unofficially a 91-yard drive on 10 plays, culminated by a Brown 2-yard touchdown run. PAT no good. They went for 2. So we are at the 2:34 mark of the third quarter and a 12-7 football game now in favor of Heritage Christian.
And you said unofficially, but your stats are excellent. I can't read them, but they are excellent.
I can't read them either sometimes. I go home after a game and I want to make a note and I think, what did I write down here? Here's not really an onside kick, but a squibber that goes out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Wow.
Now, was it touched? If it looked to me like it might have been touched. If it was, that's where they'll mark it down.
Yeah, they touched 14 touched the ball, so the ball will be marked down there.
Yeah, in fact, they're going to spot it at around the 13. It wasn't an onside kick, but just a squib kick on the ground. And the up man could not field it. So they'll bring it out now to the 13-yard line. And this will be the worst starting position that Guerin Catholic has had in the entire game.
Don't forget to look at the sports page every day on IndianaSRN or TroyRadio.com. The sports page keeps you up to date. IndianaSRN.
2:34 remaining. Sam Miller stays in at quarterback. Justin Zobalak has been the key ball carrier. They will pass in the flat of the far side, get it out across the 15, and a gain of about 3 or 4 yards, and not much more than that. Ryan Glenn, Will Fremian, and Alex Gibbs are the key outside receivers for Heritage Christian, or for Guerin Catholic, I should say. And they only gave him a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8.
This is when your defense just has to make a quick stop here, because the way you controlled the offense and the clock, This is a few plays here, and it could be done.
And again, Guerin Catholic has not had the ball very much in this game. Again, a little flanker screen on the right side across the 15 out to around the 17. Only a couple of more yards again. This is the 5th time in the entire game that Guerin Catholic's had the football. That's how stingy they have been, and a lot of that was eaten up by that 21-play drive that ate up about 8 or 9 minutes by Heritage Christian late in the first and early in the second quarter of this game tonight.
Play comes in late for Guerin. 13 on the play clock.
A minute 15 to go now in the third quarter of a quickly being played football game tonight. Out of the shotgun again, looking upfield, got a receiver over the middle. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Will Fremion. And that will make it a 4th down.
So now punt formation here for Guerin Catholic.
And deep in their own territory, so likely Heritage Christian will get good field position, probably within Guerin Catholic territory. In fact, the deep man for Heritage Christian standing at the 45-yard line of Guerin Catholic. Ryan Glenn for the 3rd time, make it the 4th time, will punt it away. It's a line drive that hits about the 45 and gets across midfield, so they got a good bounce on that, and in fact, it'll finally be ruled down somewhere around the 32 or 33-yard line of Heritage Christian.
Got some scores for you, Jerry. Fountain Central 20, Frontier 12 at the end of 3. At halftime, Traders Point leads South Newton 17-6. Again, Guerin Covenant Christian and Addicts 40-0 in the third quarter. That clock is running due to the mercy rule. Covenant Christian looks like they're going to have their second win this season over Addicts tonight.
Kyle Antoine stays in the football game now at quarterback for Heritage Christian. They've used Colton Brown mainly at the running back spot tonight, but the last drive, which was a terrific effort, 10 plays, 91 yards, was covered mostly through the air. This time they'll try the right side and get out to maybe a yard of, that's going to be about the extent of it. This drive begins on the 32.
Into third, Center Grove 24, Carmel 7. So Center Grove on their way to a 3-0 start.
Well, they could save time by going ahead and engraving that trophy, don't you think? I mean, based on what I've been able to read and see.
I tell you.
Eric Moore just does a whale of a job
over and over and over again.
Yeah. They don't reload; they recycle. They just keep bringing them on. This time, Antoine's in trouble. Back at his own 30-yard line, couldn't find a receiver anywhere. Good defensive coverage in the secondary that time. One of the guys back there was Tanner Finley for Guerin Catholic. He shut down the receivers. And it will be a 3rd down and roughly 7 to go for the 1st down. And that takes us through the third quarter of this football game. And through 3, it is Heritage Christian 12, Guerin Catholic 7 here on IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Getting ready to head into the fourth quarter of tonight's game here at IndianaSRN. And Keith, it's been a strange football game to say the least. I'm just noticing the notes here. Guerin Catholic, after scoring the first time they had the football, which was at the 8:15 mark of the first quarter, they've had 4 possessions since then and had to punt the football each of those times. So they have not got any kind of offense cranked on. And actually that first drive was aided, by, of course, by the the block punt, and they started that drive at the 17-yard line of Heritage Christian. So Guerin Catholic has not been able to get anything going consistently through the air or on the ground tonight.
You're right.
Here we go. Here's a long pass upfield. It is incomplete on a third down and about 8 yards, 10 yards to go, make it 12 yards to go for the first down. So they will face a fourth down.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow. Doubleheader soccer for you at 12 noon and 2. Chittard and Guerin Catholic Soccer. That is a webcast. And also tomorrow, radio broadcast, Greenfield Central and Mount Vernon. And then 14 games for you next week on IndianaSRN starting on Tuesday. Pretty busy week for IndianaSRN.
You know, you betcha. All right, Guerin has one guy deep, Luke Moody, 5'10", 185-pound junior. And Moody just lets the ball go. I thought for a moment he was going to run up and try to pick it up. Then at the very last fraction of a second said, and gets away from it. In fact, for a moment it looked like that he might have touched it. Now there is a penalty marker down right below us here.
I think they may have an unsportsmanlike conduct here.
Well, that depends on who it's on as to what's going to happen to the football, though.
Official now coming and seeing what the flag is.
Guerin is backing up, so it's obviously against them. In fact, they're inside the 30, inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line.
Wow. No indication of what the penalty is.
Yeah, once again, I apologize. I never saw anything from the
there we go.
referee.
Got a holding against Guerin Catholic at the 40, so that's why they move it back.
All right, so they put it back now at the 21-yard line. Guerin gets the football for the third time in the second half, only the sixth time in the entire game, with the clock showing 11:44 to go, just breaking ground into the fourth quarter of this game. Back to throw, double clutches, got a receiver upfield, and it is, for the moment, I thought it was going to be intercepted.
Knocked away by the Eagle defense, number 5, C.J. Oper.
C.J. Oper came in to knock it down. For a moment, he had his hands on the football. That'll go down as an incomplete pass. That'll be second down and 10.
And if he didn't, that ball would have been intercepted, Jerry.
So here we go now with a second down and 10 in their own territory. Again, not good field position in the second half for Guerin Catholic. They began the first drive at the 20, second drive at their own 13, this drive at the 21. Put the Age back in motion to the right side. Going to fire on second down. Got a flanker on the right side. Pass is caught at the 25. Out across the 27, 28, and still shy of the first down. So a third down coming up.
Jack Cherry. He carries for a gain of 9 yards.
Jack Cherry with the reception that time. As I mentioned, they have a host of receivers they can run out there. This time a quick run up the middle and an indication that they've got a fumble and picked up by Heritage Christian. That's the case.
Quick offensive, no huddle, and the quarterback, I don't think, got the ball, Jerry. The ball was kicked and was recovered by the Eagles.
Yeah, they got right back to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, and there was a mishandling of the football, either a bad snap or just a bad hands by the quarterback, Miller. But nonetheless, they turned the ball over, and now Heritage Christian has terrific field position at the 34-yard, they make it the 33-yard line of Guerin Catholic.
Number 8, Wayne Whalen.
So with 11-12 to go in the fourth quarter, rolling right side, Antoine wants to throw. He does. The pass is caught by Zach Schlemer. And Schlemer's got it inside the 35, make it inside the 25 as a matter of fact, and spotted down at the 22.
And the clock stops at 11:07.
Now the chain gang on the far side started to move. Now they get the official signal. That is good enough for the first down.
Wow.
Well, now the official, now they're going to move on the far sideline. The chain gang was very hesitant. It was that close to being a first down or not being a first down. So it is a first down and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line, circling right side and out of bounds. And here comes a late flag.
Colby Brown sweep to the short side of the field.
And we'll see what this is all about. It's going to be a holding call against Heritage Christian. Is that 12 or 13 or 14?
14.
14 flags we've seen tonight.
I'm saying 20. I'll go home at 20.
Well, that'll stop the clock with 11:04 to go now in this fourth quarter. 12-7 is your football score in favor of Heritage Christian. They trailed throughout most of this football game. Finally got on the board at the 2.5-minute mark of the third quarter when Colton Brown took it in from a couple of yards out. They missed the 2-point conversion, so it's a 12-7 football game right now. And that fumble gave the ball to Heritage Christian at the 33-yard line of Guerin Catholic. So they're in really good field position. Let's see what happens. Antoine out of the shotgun, had a couple of running backs sitting back there with him. Fires on the near side. The pass is caught by A.J. Neal. And Neal will get it inside the 25, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that's pretty much what he did. Yeah, they're going to give him about a couple of extra yards on that. So it'll be a second down and roughly a long 8, short 9 to go for the first down. Clock at 10.5 to go, fourth quarter. A lot of miscues in tonight's game. A lot of penalties. In the third game of the season, you don't expect to see quite that many, but that's what the teams have had to deal with tonight. Firing over the middle, pass caught at the 16-yard line. Good rush, good throw. Christian Dora on the reception that time. It'll be short of the first down by about 4 yards. So we're looking at a third down and about 4 yards to go for the first down. Clock at 9:53.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Jerry. Here's the thing. The clock continues to move.
And again, no real hurry on the part of Heritage Christian. You've got a 5-point lead. That's a little precarious if you have to give the ball back. They missed a point after. It was blocked. And then they missed the 2-point conversion. Here we go again. Brought some pressure, and escaping and getting free is Antoine. Antoine will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be pretty much it. Well, the defense came storming through there that time. They had white shirts all over Antoine, and somehow, Keith, I'm not sure how he managed to dodge and get out of jail there.
Have you heard the word Houdini?
Well, yeah, that really was.
That would work, wouldn't it?
So it's a fourth down and out of field goal range, obviously, you would think. Although, as we pointed out, they haven't attempted any field goals this year, well, so it's a fourth down.
The kid that kicked the 22-yard field goal at halftime, get him out on the field.
They had a student come out and kick one, and he cleared it, a 20-yard. He kicked it from 30 yards. He kicked it from the 20, so it's a 30-yard, and he cleared it by about 5 or 6 yards. We're going to get a timeout taken now by Heritage Christian. We'll do the same with 8:44 to go in the fourth quarter. 12-7 your score, Heritage Christian over Guerin Catholic on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Well, time is of the essence right now if you're a Guerin Catholic fan. Defensively, it is a fourth down and 7 yards to go for the first down. It's actually, it says 7. It's more like fourth down and about 4 yards to go. And a fourth down situation for Heritage Christian with the football. Back to throw is Antoine. Going over the middle. Boy, they had a receiver wide open in the end zone. I don't think Antoine saw him, but they had Zach Schlemer.
But Colton Brown gets the first down. How about that?
Well, they got the first down, but boy, did they miss Schlemer that time. He had beaten his man, Keith, by about 5 yards and was wide open in the end zone. But Brown gets him the first down, second first down of the drive. This drive beginning on the 33-yard line of Guerin Catholic after the fumble recovery. Clock at 8:15 to go now. And a keeper this time by Antoine, and he is going to get into the end zone from 10 yards out.
How about the second and third effort?
Antoine's second touchdown of the game.
Pretty impressive. Faked it to Colton Brown and just ran 9 yards for the touchdown. Makes it 18-7. I think you go for 2 here, Jerry.
Absolutely. Well, the first time they tried the point after they tried to kick it, it was blocked, so that put them kind of in a hole, kind of got the numbers off balance, if you will. So they're up now 18-7.
And they put the ball in the far hash mark. You think this may go student body left?
Well, I tell you who's going to handle it, if that's what you're asking me. Number 20 is going to get the football. Even I can understand that. Nope, they're going to go for 2 through the air. They pass into the end zone, and it's incomplete. I thought sure Brown would get it, but they tried to go into the end zone that time on the pass and failed. So with 8:10 to go here in the fourth quarter, 18-7 your score now. Here it is, Christian leads Guerin Catholic on IndianaSRN.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
Roughly a 33-yard drive as they recovered the football on the 33-yard line of Guerin Catholic, and Heritage Christian gets a 10-yard rush by Antoine, his second touchdown of the game, the first one 11 yards out at the 6:18 mark of the second quarter. And now it is into the hands of the offense of Guerin Catholic. Here's the kickoff. It sails to the right side. It will go out of bounds. It bounces back inbounds, but it's a penalty.
Oh, that kills you.
So now they're going to have good field position to start this fourth quarter. Keith and I we were talking here. Actually, you don't have time for a long drive, Keith. They need to get the football upfield. They're down by 2 scores now.
Yeah, and, this helps them, though, because now the ball goes all the way to, I do believe, the 35-yard line, does it not?
They're going to move it out there right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, and so that gives them some decent field position.
Got our first final of the score tonight. Fountain Central beats Frontier 26-12.
Well, they still haven't put the ball down. I'm not sure what the delay is here. Now they've spotted down. At the 35, it'll be first down and 10. Sam Miller stays in at the quarterbacking spot as he has the entire game. So now you have an option. Do you run the football and try to get yards, or do you have to go to the air? They got a good receiving core in Glenn, Fremion, and Gibbs. But Zobalak has been the guy they depend on the ground. So let's see what happens. A keeper, Miller going right side. Miller's going to get the first down out across the 45. And that will stop the clock momentarily.
Tripped up by...
So you got to be kind of in a hurry-up offense right now. You can't spend a lot of time in the thinking process. Wideouts, look to the left side. Will Freemian comes really far outside the hash mark, as a matter of fact. Lines up with single coverage out there. Wideout at the very right side of the offensive line. Got to throw over the middle instead. Got the pass caught at the 50 and down at the 49-yard line. A good catch that time by Ryan Glenn. It'll be shy of the first down. but they got about 6 yards on the play. Some defensive alignment changes now coming onto the field for Heritage Christian.
The extra defender that Heritage Christian has is the clock.
So it's second down and 4 yards to go. They fire over the middle again. Caught at the 40. Getting free at the 35, the 30, the 25, the 10, the 15, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
How about that?
From 48 yards out.
1 minute and 3 seconds time possession.
48-yard touchdown reception to Ryan Glenn. Check it, Alex Gibbs.
Well, they scored very quickly, didn't they? Man.
Gibbs gets the touchdown from 48 yards out. Well, we said they had to go into a bit of a hurry-up offense. That's pretty good there.
Quick.
Some 4 plays, and they pick up the touchdown. And now they're going to go for 2 points. Miller looking right side, gets the pass into the end zone, and completed for the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is good. Reception made for 2 by Jack Cherry.
Cherry gets the 2-point possession, 2-point conversion possession, and that makes it 18-15. And we'll take a break now with the clock showing 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter on the IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
Jerry Baker and Keith Byers on hand at Heritage Christian School. That was about a 4-play drive covering some 65 yards and a touchdown from 48 yards up to Alex Gibbs. And just like that, let me check here. For Gibbs, that is his first touchdown of the season. And it couldn't have come at a better time. Here's the kickoff now with 7 minutes to go. The kickoff sails deep. It fumbled and picked up about the 2 or 3 yard line. Now getting some running room. It's going to be knocked down inside the 15-yard line. So not good for field position for Heritage Christian as they get the football with 6:52 to play.
Very quickly, Lawrence Central touchdown, missed a PAT, LN 14, LC 6 with the 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here it's 18-15 Heritage Christian with 6:52 to play. Very interesting ball game tonight.
Well, they continue to move the football around, and they finally got it spotted at the 14. So not good field position. Here comes Heritage Christian again. Kyle Antoine, the last time they had the football, was really impressive through the air. He rolls to the right side, got a receiver at the 17 or 18-yard line, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets out to around the 20, 21, 22-yard line. Shy of the first down, but still a good pass, good reception.
Now, if you're Guerin Catholic, you're glad because the ball, he ran out of bounds. So that clock stops the clock at 6:45. Remember now, Heritage Christian took a timeout early in the third quarter, so they only have 2 timeouts left, Jared.
So we'll see what happens here on a second down, and they got about a yard to go for the first down. They're going to hand the ball off to Brown. Brown will come over the right tackle and get the first down. That's at the 26. Keeps the clock running. That's what they're looking for right now. They need first downs. They've had 6 first downs here in the second half of this game. They struggled early on in this contest, and then third time they had the football. They began a drive on their 8-yard line and ran 21 plays and picked up a touchdown from Antoine from 11 yards out. So we're at 6.5 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter of tonight's game. Wide receivers, left side. 2 of them out there, 1 to the right side. Running back set on the right hip of Kyle Antoine. And the pass is going to be deflected away.
Pass deflected by number 5, Adam Noblin.
Noblin on the block.
Adam picking up the defensive play that time.
Put him on the basketball team. He cleared that rebound.
So it stops the clock again at 6 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Noblin is the top tackler on this ball club. 19 tackles, 9 solo, by the way. Averaging 9.5 tackles per game. They'll keep the ball on the ground and working that across the 35 to perhaps the 36-yard line. And a very big third down coming up.
Do you keep the ball on the ground?
Absolutely. That's your best ally right now, is to keep the ball on the ground.
Play clock at 19.
Antoine has been so good through the air tonight that you're tempted to go and try to pick up the extra 4 yards you need for the first down, because another first down, you can really do a number. He'll roll right side to keep the ball on the ground. It's going to be, Willie breaks free and does get the first down.
How about Brown? Brown runs right to the end line and then zigzag back to get 5 more yards and stayed in bounds.
I thought he was out of bounds, as a matter of fact. I had kind of given up on the play. Brown came right to the 40-yard line, looked like he was out of bounds, kept his balance, got back inside, never did cross the out-of-bounds line, and got the first down and keeps the clock running at 5:15 to go here in the fourth. Here it is, Christian, with the lead at 18-15. They trailed throughout most of this football game early on. Had some big miscues. They were down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, 7-6 at halftime. First down and 10. Brown this time with nothing. And maybe lost a yard or two, but keeps that clock running. As Keith pointed out, Guerin Catholic has only a couple of timeouts left in this ball game, and you're going to have to start thinking about when do you want to use them. What you're trying to do right now is just hold Guerin Catholic shy of a first down, because I have a sense here, Keith, that one more first down, you can really use that 40-second clock to your advantage.
Yeah, you look at this map is going to be under 4 minutes.
So here we go again out of the shotgun as he's run throughout the entire game. Quarterback draw, but caught from behind and stumbles forward still, and going to be shy of the first down by about 5 yards. A really good second effort that time by Antoine, because they had him in the backfield.
Yes, they did. And now for third down, 5 with 4 minutes to play.
And the clock continues to wind.
And they are not in any hurry at all here.
Absolutely not. You're going to use all 40 seconds that you got. Antoine, after every play, comes to the near sideline, gets a call from the offensive coordinator, heads back out onto the field. This time spreads the receivers out, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Set an H-back just over the left tackle spot on the left side. Hand the ball off to Brown. He's got the first down. Just outside the 40-yard line, and Brown continues to be just a hoss on this on the ground game tonight for Heritage Christian. He has been really, really good. 18-15 your score, the clock at 3:25. Keith, it's now that's that first down we just talked about. Now they can use an awful lot of that time.
Yeah, play clock's at 19. We're at 3:17, so that just tells you how. And you talk about Brown. This guy did not play the whole entire first half last week, so nice little comeback by Brown.
There it is, Christian, looking to go 3-0 on the year. This time they'll be stuck to the line of scrimmage. In fact, going to lose about 2 or 3 yards, and now we'll get a timeout that will be taken by Guerin Catholic, and we'll do the same. 2:55 to go in the game, 18-15 your score. Heritage Christian over Guerin Catholic on IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
Sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and
something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Three other games of the Circle City Conference tonight. Brebeuf is at Cardinal Ritter. Covenant Christian at Crispus Attucks. Keith had a final score on that a while ago. Covenant Christian all over Crispus Attucks. And Ron Colley at Bishop Chatard. Chatard off to an 0-2 start, and they are not used to that.
Yes, and Ron Colley is handling them very easily tonight.
So here at Heritage Christian, a second down and a dozen yards to go for the first down. The pass in the flat is caught, but the receiver falls down immediately.
Antoine's pass is caught.
And a loss of a couple of more yards.
Number 6, Zach Schlamer.
And another timeout called by Guerin Catholic.
Schlamer on the reception that time came cutting back inside, caught the ball, then went down. And we'll stop the clock at 2:50 to go, and we're at the third down and 12 mark. Actually, it's more than 12. It's more like 15 right now.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow. Doubleheader soccer webcast, Guerin Catholic and Chatard, 12 noon and 2 o'clock. Also football on a radio broadcast, Greenfield Central and Mount Vernon, 7:30 start on the network. And then 14 big games next week on IndianaSRN with soccer, volleyball, and football.
Maybe we ought to reiterate again, Keith, why we're doing radio tonight.
Well, because sometimes technology doesn't work very well. Our satellite, or I guess it's our satellite, or help me here, techno producer. Our program did not skip to the right beat.
They don't talk to each other.
They don't talk to each
there
other.
We go.
They're like the Hapford and McCoys. They're arguing. So we're going to try to get that worked out. But it's not just us on the broadcast tonight. There's several people like that tonight.
I bet our buddy Jerry's having a real good day today.
He's having a great day.
Here we go on third down and long. They're not going to get the first down, so they're going to have to, we would assume, run one more play. I don't know whether they'll punt it or not, but they're shy of the first down long. In fact, it'll be fourth down and about 12 yards to go for the first down. This will be the 12th play of this drive coming up. They got what they wanted time-wise, but the clock now continues to run. It's at 2:22 to go now in the fourth quarter.
I think Kyle Ray will run this down to the 2-minute mark.
Unfortunately, unlike the pros, there is no 2-minute warning.
That's right.
So they'll just keep right on trucking.
Now, is Guerin out of timeouts? Guerin is out of timeouts.
Yeah, they're done. They got no more timeouts left. So they might be happy they're going to call a timeout, they being Heritage Christian.
Timeout, Heritage.
So with 2:02 to go, it's 18-15 now in IndianaSRN.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
All right, just 2 minutes and 2 seconds remain in tonight's game.
Got any fingernails left?
Oh boy, this has been it's been ugly. Let's be honest about it. A lot of mistakes, a lot of miscues, but it's been a terrific game if you're a fan just to watch
or listen.
By the way, I walked out at halftime. All the fans for both schools sit on the same sideline here, and it's full down there.
Yeah, it is. Well, they knew you were here.
Absolutely. Here it is. They're going to punt it away, and it will hit inside the 10, take a good bounce backward for Guerin Catholic, so they pick up a couple of yards on the punt, and they will spot it down now at about the 16-yard line.
And the pit is making some noise.
So you got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
That could be a song.
That could be, couldn't it? Here we go. That was only the third time of the game, by the way, that Heritage Christian had to punt the football. They've done pretty well possessing it. 1:55, fourth quarter, 18-15 your score. The team with the 15 is in the on the offense now. The pass on the flat on the near side is caught at the 21. It's out across the 21 to about the 22. That is close to the first down. They haven't signaled yet. If they get the first down, that, of course, stops the clock. They did not get it, so the clock continues to wind at 1:40 to go. They line up again in the shotgun formation, trying to get the first down and stop that clock. Firing on first down, going deep upfield and over to the intended receiver. They had a guy up there that time, Ryan Glenn, but they completely missed him.
I tell you what, Jerry, they almost snookered Heritage Christian into biting on that, and he was wide open and flat, just misled him.
So that'll stop the clock. 1:31 to go now in the fourth quarter of this football game. 18-15 your score. Heritage Christian with the lead. They're on defense right now, trying to pick up their third win of the year against no defeats. Pressure on the quarterback, getting free, getting sacked back at the 22-yard line. All kinds of dark jerseys all over Sam Miller.
Pressure provided on the play by Jack.
Fourth down.
All right, Heritage fans, it's fourth down.
Zach Schlemmer, one of the guys there that time. Fourth down. Here's your ball game right here with 1:05 to go. Back to throw again is Miller. He's going to fire over the middle. It is caught at the 35, the 40, the 45. He's got a blocker right in front. Midfield, across midfield and out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
55 seconds to play.
Great pass, great throw. Alex Gibbs comes up with a reception.
Wow.
That stops the clock with 55.5 seconds to go. What a pressure-packed throw by Sam Miller, and what a great catch that time by Gibbs. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage as the 40-second clock starts to wind down. They fake the quarterback draw. They get the pass away. It's inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. That'll be good enough for yet another first down.
First down, Guerin.
Guerin Catholic with the first down, moving quickly, stopping the clock, moving the chain to the far side of the field. This time they get the wideout. Ryan Glenn said wide to the right side, trips to the left side. Clock at 43 seconds to go now in the fourth quarter of this football game. Flanker screen to the other side. Pass is caught at the 25, inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. They hustle back to the line of scrimmage. Pass caught by Alex Gibbs that time.
And timeout Guerin, and I guess they only had one timeout. They called that timeout here, Jerry.
Well, we thought they were out of timeouts, but apparently not. All right, let's set the scene for you. 34.2 seconds remain in this football game. Guerin Catholic down 18-15, got the ball on their own 17-yard line. They've run 6 plays, a terrific catch by Alex Gibbs, moved them into scoring territory. It'll be second down and 7, with the ball spotted right now at the 23-yard line. Now you can throw the ball and go to the end zone if you wish, or you've got a little time, you can get a first down here.
Yeah, but if you get sacked here.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, we thought that was going to be the case when Miller got sacked back here, and they came right back and made a great throw. So this is the situation that we're facing. Well, apparently we were miscounted, so did the guys down the line here. We thought they were out of timeouts, but obviously they had one left. So they took the timeout, they being Guerin Catholic. They go back to the line of scrimmage, and Sam Miller, who's done a terrific job in this ball game, will line up with Justin Zobalak right behind him. And now he steps up and sits on the right shoulder of the quarterback, Miller. Miller's going to throw again. Comes to the near side. It is caught at the 20 and out of bounds in a hurry. That'll stop the clock. They get down to the 18-yard line.
And it's now at 30 seconds.
Ryan Glenn.
So you figure they're going to throw a lot of out patterns, and they're working the left hash mark, so they're probably not going to look at the right side for the offense to go over there, and that's where they have split Ryan Glenn for most of this game. In fact, Glenn is out there now. They got 3 wide receivers on the right side of the offense and a single receiver on the left side. But that's the short side of the field. They come to this side again, and it is incomplete.
That ball was tipped from the line of scrimmage.
That'll stop the clock at 26.5 to go with fourth down.
Here comes the field goal unit.
Now their field goal kicker is Evan Gunther. He is 0 for 1 so far on the season.
Evan Gunther.
Now, the word we get is he could hit from like 40 yards. Well, they're going to put the ball down right at the 25. This will be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Number 67, Gunther, sets up in the soccer style like everybody does these days. Needs a good snap. It is down. It is up. It is on its way. It is long enough. It is
no good.
No good.
Field goal is no good.
Heritage Christian will need to kneel one time to win this ball game. What a game.
It was long enough. It just wasn't straight enough. And now all Heritage Christian has to do, as Keith just pointed out, with 20.6 to go, take the knee and get off the field. They'll be 3-0 on the season. Guerin Catholic will go to 1-2. Heritage Christian's next game is on the road at Eastern Hancock, 7 o'clock next Friday. Guerin Catholic will go to Brebeuf Jesuit with a 1-2 record, and Brebeuf Jesuit is a darn good football team this year. That's going to do it. They take the knee and they get the final score. Final score, Heritage Christian 18. Guerin Catholic 15. Keith, this was a fun game.
This was a lot of fun game. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And Jerry, thanks so much for your help tonight. And there's your final, 18-15. On behalf of the whole entire crew of IndianaSRN, have a great weekend and a great holiday weekend as well. IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. Final score, Guerin, Heritage 18, Guerin 15. Good night, everybody.